House committee subpoenas the Clintons and several top former DOJ officials for testimony on Jeffrey Epstein. Fingers crossed, everybody. Fingers crossed. This could be it. The House committee investigating the Jeffrey Epstein case issued subpoenas Tuesday to former President Bill Clinton, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, and several top former Justice Department officials for their testimony. Now, obviously, when you're subpoenaed to appear in front of Congress, I believe you are required to do so. The other side of this is not necessarily a criminal investigation. You are, to a degree, under oath. You're not supposed to lie in front of Congress. So, you can go to jail for that. But this is not necessarily a criminal proceeding. That being said, fingers crossed. Oh, fingers crossed. The House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform announced it had sent out the deposition subpoenas to the Clintons, former attorneys general Loretta Lynch, Eric Holder, Bill Barr, Merrick Garland, Jeff Sessions, and Alberto Gonzales, and former FBI directors James Comey and Robert Mueller for testimony related to horrific crimes perpetuated by Jeffrey Epstein, perpetrated, quote unquote. Committee Chairman James Comer, Republican from Kentucky, also issued a subpoena to the Justice Department for records related to Epstein, a convicted sex offender who was found dead in his jail cell in 2019 while awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges. I mean, I love to see that there's traction. It did take, 2019 to 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26 years. Yeah, that's right. 6 years to do it. I wonder why that happened. I don't think anything happened in the last 4 years in between there, right? Nothing would have happened that would have changed this. That subpoena directs DOJ to turn over the full, complete, unredacted Epstein files to the committee on or before August 19th, 2025. The DOJ might not have those, to be honest. You can do it. I would imagine the DOJ's got ways to weasel out if they want to. Also, again, if there are Epstein files out there, does that mean that the DOJ actually has them, or have they've been destroyed? I think that is a legitimate scenario that we do need to consider, that those things are they're gone. They've, whoever, if someone did have it out for Epstein, which is, I think, very reasonable to think, if they had the ability to get access to him in a, secure prison wing, they probably also might have the ability to, grab some documents and shred them, Just saying. The DOJ has been facing furious backlash after announcing last month that after reviewing Epstein's case, no other people were expected to be charged and no further information about the case would be released. The cover letter Comer sent to the former president calls for him to sit for a deposition on October 14th to answer questions about his relationship with Epstein. By your own admission, you flew on Jeffrey Epstein's private plane 4 separate times in 2002 and 2003. And, yeah, they're going to go on for this. Obviously, yeah, it's weird if Jeffrey Epstein has a painting of you in a woman's dress in his giant mansion house, front and center. First thing you see when you come in. That's weird. That goes beyond, I know the guy, he was president. No, that's something very specific. I don't know what it says. Maybe, Epstein just really loved to, give a middle finger to Clinton for some reason. But if so, isn't Clinton, again, 2002, 2003, so he was just president. He's got a lot of political pull and power. If Epstein is thumbing his nose at the former most powerful person on the planet with no consequence, has no problem with it whatsoever, that does kind of say something. You were also allegedly close to Miss Ghislaine Maxwell, an Epstein co-conspirator, and attended an intimate dinner with her in 2014, 3 years after public reports about her involvement in Mr. Epstein's abuse of minors, the letter said, misspelling the first name of Ghislaine Maxwell. I mean, yeah, who is serving? That's so petty. I love that misspelling the name. We have to, before we say anything else, we just want to make sure that everyone knows he misspelled this unpronounceable foreign name that no one knows how to pronounce correctly. Is it Ghislaine? Is it Ghislaine? Is it Glugglugul? We have no idea. Who is serving a 20-year prison sentence for her role in helping Epstein sexually abuse teenage girls. I think technically, no, that's not correct. It's in her role as a trafficker. That was the whole point. Is that was what she was arrested for, and the whole idea here is, okay, well, who did she traffic them to? Like, there were victims, they were trafficked, but they were trafficked to nobody, and I'm like, okay, well, then that kind of negates the whole trafficking case. The Comer letter also says there are conflicting reports about whether you ever visited Mr. Epstein's island. Clinton has denied ever going to Epstein's private island, which doesn't necessarily make sense. I mean, let's say he never did. That does not absolve him of all, potential guilt. Just because you weren't on an island where bad stuff was happening doesn't mean you couldn't have been elsewhere and bad things happened with this guy specifically. Clinton has denied ever going to Epstein's private island, where some of the abuse allegedly occurred. I don't know if we can say allegedly at this point. President Donald Trump, who also once had a friendly relationship with Epstein and Maxwell, alleged Clinton had gone to the island 28 times, but provided no proof of the claim. That is a super specific number, 28 times. I don't know. I'm sure there's some context here where it's like, oh yeah, he was there like, I don't know, like 28 times. I don't know, 28 times. That means you don't know. You're just throwing out a number. If he said 28 times and he's like, hey, he went there 28 times, then he might have some information we don't. Representatives for the Clintons did not immediately respond to requests for comment. I wonder why. Angela Arena, a spokesperson for the former president, issued a statement in 2019 saying Clinton knows nothing about the terrible crimes Epstein had been charged with. When was Epstein charged specifically? I mean, not in 2019, obviously, but like his previous thing where he was actually like convicted of something and got like a sweetheart deal out of it. I don't remember. Epstein everything is 2008. Okay, so he doesn't know anything about it. You probably know something about it because he had, a case that was in the news, and I would imagine people, like, is everyone supposed to believe that not only Bill Clinton, but like Bill Gates, every other person that, associated with him after this 2008 minors case come out? Yeah, we just didn't know. We just don't watch the news. We've never heard about that. Nobody in your team was like, hey, red flag, the Epstein guy? Yeah, sort of seems like he might have been doing something with kids that's not good. You still want to go meet him for lunch? Yeah, I guess why not? Oh, yeah, okay. He said Clinton had traveled on Epstein's plane 4 times in 2002 and 2003 while traveling to do work for the Clinton Foundation, and that foundation staffers and Secret Service accompanied him on the trips. He has not spoken to Epstein in well over a decade, the statement said. Well, if he's been dead for 5 years. Okay, so this is no, this is in 2019. I'm guessing that's what this is referring to in 2019. So, the letters to the former attorney generals and FBI directors say the committee wants to question them about decisions made in the Epstein case over the years, including his 2008 non-prosecution agreement with the U.S. Attorney's Office in Florida and the DOJ's challenges to related victims' civil suits in the years since. Not included in the current batch of subpoenas is the then U.S. Attorney who signed off on the original deal, former Trump Labor Secretary Alex Acosta. Acosta resigned his cabinet post days after Epstein was charged in 2019. He made a deal that people were happy with, and then, 12 years later, were not happy with it. I'm guessing he's referring to Alex Acosta here. Okay, so what do we think? I mean, what do we think about this? First off, it does seem that there is still legitimate groundswell of political will for this stuff to move forward. Now, again, I don't necessarily think this is because Trump wants this to happen, or any Republicans specifically, or Democrats, whatever. I think this is a legitimate, you know, grassroots campaign. People on the ground want to know what the hell happened here, and they're actually pushing, their representatives to do something about it. And this seems like, I mean, if nothing else, there is some level of movement here. Bill Clinton, for sure. I mean, is it within the realm of possibility that Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky, bump, 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 had anything to do with receiving favors from random people, some of whom may have been underage? Is that within the realm of? Yeah, it seems within the realm of possibility to me, right? Yeah, Clinton seems like a horn dog, and would grab anything that came his way. So yeah, seems reasonable. And then would cover it up if it came up. Yeah, that also seems to have been part and parcel of Clinton behavior. So yeah, that seems reasonable. He's always been, again, a major target in this sort of like Epstein conspiracy. So I like that he's at least being brought in. Will anything come out of this? Again, my entire thesis on this is like, no matter what happens, unless there does come out some insane list that names specific people and huge amounts of like videos come out specifically damning, specific people, this will never die. This will never die. And there is a world in which there isn't really anything to this. I lean more towards the side of like, there probably is some degree of stuff we don't know, but I'm also kind of in the realm of we'll probably never really know. We might get some more information out, but it's very likely that, if there were shadowy elements involved, they were smart enough to, cover their tracks in such a way that they can't get found out. Right? Like, does that seem crazy to you? I don't know. Let me know in the comments if that sounds crazy. Do you think we will ever get the full story? Good luck in all your endeavors. Thank you very much for your time and attention. Farewell for now.